The one of the biggest questions that a rep will get when they're talking about what's referred to as an off-brand battery, meaning it's not one of the big names that you see advertised on television. Um, One of the big questions they get is, how do I know this is any good? Because everybody has stories about an off-brand battery, or they think about the batteries included battery that they got with a toy that lasted about 10 minutes. Um, that really is a class of battery um, that you can buy very cheaply uh, for that very purpose that doesn't last.
Hmm.
Um, but that has created an environment where people want to know, they want to prove it, they'd like to give it a chance, they'd like to look at something that didn't have a name brand on it, but the the advertising has polluted our minds to the point where many people think that's the only thing they can get. It's all it's the only good product out there, and yet millions and millions and millions of cells and applications are using batteries that are built other places, um, that are in critical applications. Computers, battery backups for your phone system. I mean, all kinds of places. Solar storage. They don't have labels. They're just built to spec. Um, when a rep gets that question, we can supply that representative with third party independent testing that shows that yes, this is worth giving a shot. Here's how we stack up against all the other big batteries that you know. Now that is freely given. It was information that we did not pay for. We did not contract. We had nothing to do with it. It was a test done by Intertech Laboratories, one of the most prestigious testing labs in the world. And we got the results. And it's incredible to see how we've stacked up against everyone else. So, you know, the 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 client can have some assurance. It's not just what you say, it's what is. Here it is. This is independent information. We can we can fit our packaging is designed so that KeepStock can put any one of our cells in your KeepStock program or your crib program. Um, Emergency preparedness. You've got to have ready access to batteries. You've got to have some on hand. Batteries do get legs. We had this conversation before, James. Batteries can walk around. I had some here yesterday, but you know, uh, almost everyone in the business world, whether they're in industry or in an office setting, needs to have cells available for the mice, the keyboards, all of the things that are required to run an office day to day. Um, and Granger can solve that problem. You don't have to run down to the 7-Eleven and pay 5 times as much to get the same thing when you can have it all the time whenever you need it. Um, Also, it's sustainable. The alkaline battery of today is a non-hazardous battery. There are no regulations regarding transport or disposal of a alkaline battery, and that's simply because once an alkaline battery has reached the end of its life, there's nothing in it left that can create a problem for the environment. It literally will decompose back into the soil with the natural elements, magnesium, carbon. It's not going to create a problem for anyone. So, this is why alkaline batteries never go away. You have
Hmm.
lithium, which is taking over the world, but yet still alkaline batteries are the number one selling battery in the world. Why that is simply because the value proposition of an alkaline battery makes more sense. You don't have to pay to get rid of it. It's not bad for the environment. You can use them. They're inexpensive relatively, and they do the job well. So, our program puts the money in the battery, not in a ad campaign. So if you've never heard of us, that doesn't offend us because we're not interested in being in every store in the world. We're interested in the industrial user, the hotelier who it just has to work. It must work. It must work long, and it can't cost me a fortune. That's our specialty.